Previously on my one chunk Iron Man, we went on a pretty big rolling streak starting with Reaver Elid Central, then Port Sarum Church for a diary task, and after that the Smoke Dungeon. Then we rolled Varrock Palace, starting the Daddy's Home and Priest and Peril quests, then farming the Caged Monk of Zamorak for the Zamorak Monk Bottoms. After that we rolled Elid North Bridge, doing another diary task. Then we rolled South Bergdarat, the Desert Hunter area, and Corsair Cove. After this, we rolled Land's End, doing a diary task, but most importantly, getting a massive upgrade of unlocking sharks for future PVM grinds. We then rolled Edgeville Monastery, but after that, we finally finished the rolling streak by getting Remington and unlocking construction. This gave us our next grind that we'd spend 4 months on to get 80 construction and build an achievement gallery. Then wrapping it all up with the Skippy and the Mogres and the Witch's Potion quest. If you want to see all of the other grinds that have happened so far, make sure to go back and watch from the first video. It also has a full rules breakdown, which will be important for understanding the account. I'll throw up a quick visual, but I really recommend listening to the full explanation if you haven't heard it before. Also, come check me on Twitch. I stream almost every day, and you'll be able to see where I'm at with the grinds currently, if you don't mind spoilers. With all of that being said, let's move on to the intro. Say hi to Yarichunk, that's me, and this is my one chunk Iron Man adventure. No shot! No freaking way! I just got the pet! You know, it's not a headache, get the Dragon Pickaxe right here! Oh! It's over! Baby, we're rolling! We left off last time right as we were about to roll our next chunk. I would like to take the time to discuss the most interesting and concerning chunks I had at this point. I had 36 possible rolls and only 7 that deserved to be talked about, going from the best to neutral to the worst. The Pollnivneach chunk unlocks blackjacking and a significantly better agility course than I currently have, jumping from 12k experience per hour at Kourend to 52k XP per hour at Pollnivneach. I won't make the jumping joke again. The Falador farm chunk. It unlocks the farming and will give me another chance at training Slayer because the Poor Sign of Interest quest rewards enough points to skip the Hellhounds task, currently locking me out of that skill. The Mage Training Arena chunk. It gives me very nice magic upgrades with the Infinity set, Mage's Book, and Bones to Peaches. The Varrock Center chunk. This unlocks the range skill for me. If you remember, my rules state that crafted items cannot be wielded as part of chunk tasks, including besting gift-like gear, wielding requirements, or in this case, a training method. This means that until I unlock an archery shop with level 1 training methods, like the one in Varrock Center, the chunk picker site will not ask me to do anything involving the range skill. The Asgardian Road chunk. This would give me access to Dwarven Mines and many skilling improvements, including access to Amethyst, the Prospector outfit, gem and coal bags, and the Expert Mining Gloves. The Port Khazard chunk. This one is nice for the Angler outfit, but rough for the fishing and cooking grind I would get while not unlocking any actual better fishing spots. The Port Sarum Jail chunk. With Remington already come and gone, this is back to being the worst possible chunk. It's still because I would unlock the Royal Titans. I still plan to do everything on this account solo to make sure there are no unfair advantages. Exceptions to that being raids or bosses that just aren't feasible, such as Nex. I am unsure if I'll be able to do Royal Titans with my gear and stats, but I will definitely give it my best try. Along with getting the Prayer Scrolls and the Twin Flame Staff, I would need to get 82 agility using the Kourend course for the Wyvern agility shortcut. As stated in the possible chunk overview, Remington can be deleted off the tier list, which just moves the Port Sarum Jail chunk back to the worst tier. With all that being said, let's get on to the chunk roll. Alright, so I think we're ready. Let's beat that 11 roll streak. Please, not just one roll. But here we go, and we're rolling in 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it. Piscarilius Station. No! You might be wondering why I was so worried about this chunk rule in particular. If you remember, in my rule set, I allow any two-way travel without a hard skill requirement. The reason I have this rule is because I love the idea of having a lot of rollable chunks, so that we have no idea where we might be going next, and including extra travel enhances this greatly. This will include things like paid boat travel, spirit trees, and the one I'm really excited for one day, fairy rings. But what does that have to do with this particular chunk? I mean, it doesn't seem really like there's much here. But this actually unlocks the Lovakenge minecart network for me. For the low cost of 20 coins per travel, I can go freely between 12 different locations. It's pretty exciting, right? That's 10 new chunks for me to possibly roll just because of this addition, which is what I asked for. So why am I so upset? Well, I'm going to go over the possible minecart chunks, and I'm sure you'll know which one I'm worried about when we get there. Going from east to west on the map, we first have the Tithe Farm chunk. After that, the Winter Todd camp. Also, it unlocks the Blood Altar. Watson's house. The Combat Ring. West Woodcutting Guild. Lovakenge Assembly. Shazian's Gate. Farming Guild. And Mount Quidamortum, which, if you don't know, this is the entrance to the one, the only, Chambers of Xeric. Old School RuneScape's first raid. I think it's time we redo the tier list. I'm going to put the West Woodcutting Guild at the bottom of the good tier. It gives me access to magic trees, which will be nice for any magic bows I want to fletch, and also a good AFK woodcutting method with redwoods, if I want to try to push for the first 99 of the account and get a skill cape. Those extra defense stats in the cape slot would be pretty nice. And now for the obvious. We have a new winner for the worst tier, and I don't foresee it changing for quite some time, as long as I don't roll it soon. It's time for the Port Sarim jail chunk to move back to the bad tier, and Mount Quidamortum enjoy your, hopefully, long stay as the least desired chunk roll. And now we talk to this homie. Oh no! Oh, thank goodness. I accidentally clicked A to move my screen, and luckily A is the one I'm already in. Alright, here we go again. Let's roll. In a 3, and 2, and 1. Here we go. West Woodcutting Guild. Is that Redwoods? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna be here for so long. Is woodcutting gonna be my first 99? Oh my gosh. Alright, let me ride onto my my minecart. Alright, I'm heading over to via the minecart over to the Kourend Woodland. Let me make sure I do the right one. Yep, Kourend Woodland. Oh gosh, it's gonna be great because I haven't clicked it yet. Don't freak out. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. All right. Let's get into this woodcutting guild. Oh, I can do yew trees here? Nice. Okay, so I've used magics and redwoods here. Okay. That's cool. This is going to be great for AFKing. I have a rune axe too, so that's good. And then I have a basket. I think that's all I need, right? I decided that the way I wanted to handle the woodcutting was to do AFK magics while off stream and active willows while on stream. I did this for the next week and managed to already get the first 2 tasks of the chunk checked off. Level 90 woodcutting. Members can now chop redwood trees. Hey, let's go do it. Oh man, we're about to chop the first redwoods. Here we go. That's it. They're in the bag. Oh man, let's check that off. 90 woodcutting, chop redwood logs. Boom. 1 out of 4. All right, let's withdraw the logs. We need all of these yews, all of these redwoods, and 120 of these magics. All right, here we go. Lumberjack top, 1,500 anima bark, 60 yew logs, 120 magic logs, 120 redwood logs. Boom. Lumberjack top. Heck yeah. Now let's go mark that bad boy off the map. Best in slot skilling, obtain the lumberjack top. Boom. All we have now is the 90 fire making and the 90 fletching to go. After doing some thinking, it seemed like the best way to handle fletching was to keep the willows unstrung, but string all of the magic bows. That is because the time it takes to pick a flax, spin it into a bowstring, and string a bow is slower than chopping a willow log, but faster than chopping a magic log. I utilized the Banked XP plugin and spent the next 2 weeks chopping enough logs to get 90 fletching. I do want to show you a fun tech that I discovered on my own for picking flax. I doubt anyone will use it because who picks flax anymore these days? But if you find yourself in that situation, definitely give it a try. Get out a follower and match what I have written into the custom menu swaps plugin using your follower's name. What this does is I can set up my camera to be level with the ground to line up all 3 flax pieces. Normally your pet would have clicking priority over flax, so after depleting 2 flax pieces, you would start talking to your pet. But with this plugin setup, it makes flax have priority over the pet. So now, if I start clicking flax and all 3 plants run out, my character just talks to the pet until the flax respawns. Very niche, but very cool. And it makes it so I don't have to look at my screen while picking flax. Then I start the arduous task of fletching 36,000 willow logs into unstrung longbows, 11,000 magic logs into magic longbows, picking 18,000 flax, spinning it all into bowstrings, then stringing all of my banked yews and magic bows. And after 11 days of processing, we were able to check off another task. And that's 90 fletching. Can now make redwood hiking staves, as well as dragon arrows, amethyst darts, and carve redwood veil totems. Alright, let's go do it. Here we go. Alright, and then we're gonna redwood hiking staff. Boom. West Woodcutting Guild. Fletch a redwood hiking staff. Complete. All that's left, 90 fire making, burn redwood logs. Oh, and real quick, before we jump into the fire making discussion, let's hear a bit from off-stream Yari. Impromptu recording that I've never done before like this. I just got the beaver. Yeah. Wow. That's kind of crazy. It was at 10,157,420 XP. So yeah, Wild. Huh. Followed a very similar formula with my next chunk task, meaning I would AFK chop magic logs off stream. Then, once stream started, I would burn my banked magic logs and spend the rest of the time chopping and burning willow logs. With fire making being a decent bit faster than fletching, it only took a little over 2 weeks to chop all of the logs and burn them to finish the next task. Level 90 fire making. That I can now burn redwood logs and light an abyssal lantern with redwood logs. Oh, you think big boy? Hold on. Oh. This is my buddy. Look at him. Everybody, it's a chunk roll stream. Let's get to rolling. Let's do my last task. Let's burn it. That's a redwood log burned, baby. Level 90 fire making. Burn some redwood logs. We've done it. We got there. Boom. No tasks left. I won't make you wait another video to get the next chunk rolls, but we do need to update the tier list before moving on. Obviously, we can take off the West Woodcutting Guild since we just finished that. Now we need to add Lumberyard, East Woodcutting Guild, and Shazian Town Center. The Shazian Town Center gives us a second chance at unlocking the range skill. Similar to the Varrock Center chunk, it has a range shop that gives level 1 training methods. With this in mind, I'm going to put it behind the Varrock Center chunk, since it doesn't have all the benefits the Varrock Center chunk has, but it still unlocks a skill. The East Woodcutting Guild and the Lumberyard chunk both give us the grind to get 90 crafting for a redwood birdhouse. East Woodcutting Guild is slightly better than Lumberyard due to its ability to bank planks if I ever need to do more construction. Currently, the Lumberyard would have no use since I have no banks near it. I will put both of them into the neutral tier because I don't unlock any new gear, skills, or needed training methods from them. I am going to go for the roll, and we're not going to get chambers. It's not going to happen. Please. I don't want it. It's always so nerve-wracking. All right, here we go. Here we go. Moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Okay, okay. Let's see what we get. That should be a freebie according to my smiley face. I have to do the golem up to step 4. Alright. I have to get up to the point of finding and reading Varman's notes. Alright, he's repaired. Now I must pick up the letter. Read the letter. Okay, we gotta run because I'm gonna die to thirst. When I get to Shanty Pass, I'll grab the Chronicle out. I'm gonna die to thirst, yet he has 83 HP. I mean, you never can be too cautious, okay? Alright, Chronicle, where you at? Oh my... Alright, I have read the notes, and that is the only task that we had. Alright, quest the golem up to step 4, which is finding and reading Varman's notes. We've done it. That is 1 out of 1. It's time to roll again. Alright, here we go. We're gonna roll in 3, and 2, and 1. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. The one I wanted! Alright. Alright. First task of the chunk, we're gonna fly to Pollnivneach. Alright. Let's ride this carpet to Pollnivneach. Alright. Oh no! Alright, that is an easy task in the desert area complete. Let's mark that off. Bada bing. Bada boom. The feud is done. Hey, that was 15,000 theming XP. Nice. I just got like 3 levels from that. That was actually pretty helpful. Alright, we're gonna go over here. And we have completed the feud quest. Boom. Alright, let's go buy a Maple Blackjack D. Willow, Maple Blackjack D. Boom. And that right there is a task. The Maple Blackjack D is my Crush Tank Best in Slot weapon. Boom. All that's left now is the agility and the thieving. The skilling grind wasn't too terrible to finish off this chunk. I decided to start with thieving, and was excited to use my newly unlocked blackjacking. But I found out very quickly that apparently the first NPC you can blackjack, the villagers in Pollnivneach, only give 8 XP per blackjacket, and none for the pickpocketing action. After learning that, I decided to go to Master Farmers until level 45 to blackjack the Pollnivneach guards. This only took like 30 minutes since I had gotten so much experience from the feud quest. Then I did the Bearded Bandits for 2 hours, getting to level 55. After that, I moved on to the Jealous Bandits because they can't grow any beards, for another 2 hours to hit the goal of 65 thieving and pickpocket a Menifite Thug. Boom. And that is 65 thieving achieved. We have pickpocket a Menifite Thug. Task complete. After finishing this, I started running my agility laps for that goal. I did about 900 laps, or 16 hours, of the Kourend agility course to reach level 70. Then I did about 100 laps, or 2 hours, of the Pollnivneach agility course to reach the goal of 71 to do the Pollnivneach Stepping Stone agility shortcut. Alright, this is the last chunk task of my current chunk. We've done it. 71 agility. Access the Pollnivneach Stepping Stone shortcut. And we have done that. Boom. Heck yeah. With the Pollnivneach chunk rolled and completed, we can remove it from the tier list. After reviewing my map, there were no added chunks that are worth talking about, so we will just transition the top of the good tier to the best tier. Alright. Here we go. It is time to see what our next grind is. Alright, take me there. Let's see. What do we get? What do we get? It's got a smiley face for a freebie. It's a bunch of steps of Rag and Bone Man. Alright, let's do the chunk unlock. Boom. Away we go. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Yeah, that's a really good thought. No! Okay, I'll do it right. I'll do it right. So, why? Can I not? Is that not a walkable chunk? Do I actually have to go? You have to go this way? That's baloney. Alright, I'll do it right. I'll do it right. Gotta restart. Account ruined. No, series is dead. How dare I? I should be ashamed. Ah. I'm gonna catch this unicorn. I'm gonna catch it. I'm on the way. You just wait. I'm about to get it. Told you. One shot that bad boy. All right, bear ribs. Use the bones on the pot of vinegar. Use log, maybe? And use bone. And wait. And then we just wait, right? Can I turn them into them early? Can I do that now? Yes. All right. I've turned in all 6. We're going to go over these 2 new chunks. All right, so click gather, clean, and turn in a giant rat bone. Done. Gather, clean, and turn in a unicorn bone. Done. Gather, clean, and turn in bear ribs. Done. Gather, clean, and turn in a ram skull. Done. Gather, clean, and turn in a goblin skull. Done. Gather, clean, and turn in a big frog leg. Done. And that is 6 out of 6. Here we go. In 3, and 2, and 1. Oh my gosh. Edgeville Ditch. All right. For this chunk, I need to mine some iron ore in the wilderness. I think I'm supposed to take the dragon pickaxe so that way I can mine it really fast and get back quicker. If I take a bronze pick, it might take me too long and I might get PK'd. Oh, I see you out there. I see you. I just saw you with full Duroxin, Curcio. I just saw you. Don't. All right. Let's hurry up and get in here. Try not to die. Whew. All right, we did it. We did it. No one died. No one died. Let me mark off this task to mine some iron ore in the wilderness. We accomplished another chunk. Bada bing. Bada boom. All right, here we go. We're gonna roll in 3, and 2, and 1. Holy West Catherby. All right. Oh, wait. A giant batwing. I can do another step of Rag and Bone Man. And this is buying a candle. And we are going to Catherby. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! You saw nothing. Okay, we're gonna buy us a candle. That's a candle bought for an easy task. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it off real quick. Let's mark off. It's easy task. Boom. Okay, we're hoping. Giant bat wing. All right. Let's put the logs down. Pot down. Tinderbox. All right, let's go turn this in. Get back over to the interwebs. We have gathered, cleaned, and turned in a giant batwing. Boom. With the West Catherby chunk rolled, that adds the Camelot chunk and the East Catherby chunk to our possible chunk rolls. I'm going to add the Camelot chunk to the top of the good tier, since it's another way to unlock farming. Following that same idea, I'm going to place the East Catherby chunk beside the Shazian Tower chunk, because it's now a third way to unlock the ranged skill. Alright, let's check it out. We are rolling in 3, 2, 1, send it! More desert. We're going back to the desert. All right, 12847. Let's unlock it. Boom. All right. Oh, we've explored this whole chunk. And there were no tasks, so it's already time to roll again. 5. Let's do it. In 3, and 2, and 1. Send it. More desert. Okay, so we have no chunk tasks, but we got to go check it out. All right, let's go ahead and unlock this here chunk. Boom. 6. Here we go. In 3, and 2, and 1. Let's click that button. East Varrock Gate. Oh, I have to do a Soul's Bane. And steal from the T-stall. Alright, let's go ahead and unlock this chunk. Boom, we're in. Alright, let's steal from the T-stall. Boom, and that is an easy task in the Varrock area. Let's mark it off. Boom. Down I go. And that is a Soul's Bane complete. 500 defense and 500 hit points. Wait, I almost leveled from that. I wish I'd have planned that. We're gonna mark it off right now. Bada bing, bada boom, click. And there are no more chunk tasks to do. Alrighty, it's time to roll. Ooh, and we're rolling in 3, 2, 1. I'm so nervous. Entrana. Ah. This gets me every time. I always... No, not that one. Alright, we're good. Give me an axe right now. Yeah, game's too easy. Alright. And now we just get a whole bunch of these. Alright, now we're gonna home telly. I have completed an easy task in the Falador area. That was taking the boat to Entrana. I can mark that off. Boom. Alright, the world starts to shimmer. And we have done a city. Complete the quest is done. Cost is 1 diamond. Okay. I'm gonna buy me a dragon longsword and a DDS, and we're gonna go ahead and throw this on there. I have got a great spec weapon now. Holy, look at me! Alright, let's go ahead and mark off the dragon longsword. We now have a dragon longsword. Boom! Hold on. Boom! Holy. Get specced out. Just make a rune mace. I can smith a mithril mace, can't I? I don't think I can do a rune one, can I? Rune mace 87. I can. Alright, we're done with these guys. I can't do rune. I don't have any rune bars. But I can do Addy. Oh, wait. Never mind. I have 247 rune bars. I lied. And a rune mace. Alright, a rune mace is equipped, and it is better in every single way over a mithril mace. So, we can check off mithril mace. Bada bing, bada boom. But yeah, I'm gonna backlog this one because I can't do it. I'm currently Slayer locked by Hellhounds. I'm level 43 and backlog. Boom. Let's roll a new chunk. Boom. And 3, 2, 1. Boom. West Kourend Woodland. No chunk task because I'm still level 1 hunter. That connected the Woodcutting Guild, so that's pretty cool. Rolling in 3, 2, 1. No chambers. Oh, well, that's it. I need 90 crafting to craft a redwood birdhouse. I checked off the rune axe task immediately because I smithed one during the Giant's Foundry grind. I then started the crafting task by chiseling all of my uncut gems in the bank, getting me half of a level. Before we get distracted though, let's not forget about the other 2 forestry tasks. I need to do a forestry basket and lumberjack boots. So for the forestry basket, I need to get the log brace, which is 300 maples and 300 yews. And then I also need the lumberjack boots, which is 100 maple and 200 yews. So it's 400 maples and 500 yew logs. The logs were a lot quicker to gather than I expected, and I had all of them by stream the next day. I then went and mined some iron, made a few steel bars, made a few addy bars, turned the steel bars into steel nails, and headed on over to the forestry shop. With my maple and yew logs I have here, I can buy a log brace. I don't, wait. Do I have to, oh, that's not a basket. With my 3,000 anima bark that I've had this entire time, and 300 maple logs and 300 yew logs, I'm gonna buy a log brace. Oh man, new collection log. Woo! And then I'm gonna take this and add it to this. I'm gonna take this and add it to this to make a sturdy harness. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna add it to this. And I now have a forestry basket. Oh, snap. With my 100 maple logs and my 200 yew logs, I am going to buy lumberjack boots. Oh, snap. 2 cloggers. Whoa. Now let's go over to the interwebs. And we can see right here, best in slot skilling. Obtain a forestry basket, which y'all just saw me do. I can check that off. Boom. And then obtain the lumberjack boots. You also saw me do that. Boom. So all that is left is my crafting a redwood birdhouse. I spent the next 3 weeks working on my crafting grind. I made over 3,000 various unstrung amulets, 24,000 gold bracelets, and then, which you've been watching in the background, I played everyone's favorite version of old school RuneScape, Hopscape. I hopped from world to world at Catherby Dock, buying 50,000 buckets of sand and soda ash from charter ship shops, which I turned into molten glass. With that molten glass, I turned all but 400 into lantern lenses, giving me the majority of my XP for this grind. The 400 I had left, I would sprinkle some unpowered orbs into the mix, and run them to the air obelisk, crafting some air battle staves, using the battle staves from KQ, just to break up the grind occasionally. Last inventory, here we go. Everybody get your gratzes ready. How dare you not if you don't. Level 90 crafting. We have done it. Members can now craft onyx amulets, redwood birdhouses, break down armadillion armor, and fortify Masori armor. Hey, and all the grats in the chats. And then we're gonna build the workshop. Ah, workshop, there we go. Yes, build that. All right. Build a clock-making space. Crafting table 1. Upgrade. Crafting table 2. Craft. Clockwork. All right, here we go. And now we have a redwood birdhouse requiring level 90 to make in the crafting skill. And if you look at my chunk map, which I will pull up right here, the last task I have is level 90 crafting. Craft a redwood birdhouse. And we can check that off. Boom. 4 out of 4 chunk tasks complete. And we're ready to roll again. On screen, I will show you the stats I gained in these months of gameplay. We went up an absolute massive 109 total levels, including 5 agility levels, 1 defense level, 25 thieving levels, 1 prayer level, 28 crafting levels, 15 firemaking levels, 7 magic levels, 15 fletching levels, and 12 woodcutting levels. I want to thank you for watching, and make sure to come check out the stream. Streaming is my main passion, and I just make videos on the side so people can see my progress so far if they haven't been in my stream since the beginning. I would love to see you over there. The URL is on screen, and the link will be in the description. With that being said, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.